Hey guys, it's Cameron here from Apex Media. So today I'm going to be doing a short informational video for you guys on running Facebook ads targeted to a local area. So this would be designed for, and really anyone can use it, but perhaps for small business that wants to run local ads within a certain radius of their brick and mortar store or targeted to a certain zip code, certain city, things like that. So if you have not done so already, definitely recommend setting up your business on Facebook under a business page. Free, super easy to do. I'm not going to go into it on this video, but I may make a second video on how to do that, a practical video. That's what today's video is going to be, is just a practical step-by-step actually creating an ad and targeting it for local area. So right now we're in our business.facebook.com ads manager. So again, you're going to want to set that up. I'm going to do another video on that later on. If you don't already have this set up, you can easily find it on Google or type on YouTube how to set up a business account on Facebook. So there's 3 different tiers to Facebook ad, 3 different levels really. You have a campaign, which is kind of like the objective, what you're wanting to accomplish with the Facebook ad. You have the ad set, which is the actual like audience that you're wanting to target, the location, the demographic, things like that. And then you have the ad itself, this section over here, excuse me, and this is going to be the actual creative. So the picture or video, the call to action button, the copy, all that kind of stuff for your ad. So we'll start with the campaign. We're going to hit create over here. You have to excuse me, I'm drinking some warm tea. I've been having some throat stuff going on, so my voice sounds all scratchy and itchy, so please bear with me as I get through this. This is actually the second or third time I'm recording this video because the first 2 didn't turn out how I liked. So okay, so campaign here, like I said, this is like your marketing objective. There's so many different options. You can drive store traffic to your brick and mortar store. You can do conversions if you have an online store. You can drive traffic to a website. You can just do post engagement, which one important thing I'll talk about here for local Facebook ads, they do have an option for event responses down here. So if you're hosting an event for your business and you want to advertise that on Facebook, you can go to engagement and then do event responses. And this will target people who can respond to your event, saying they're coming or RSVPing, things like that. Lead generation is a big one. If you have a local business that does like pest control, home services, things like that, and you want to generate leads, this is actually what I'll be using for the example today. That's a really good option. Brand awareness, just general awareness for your brand. And then reach, it just targets the most people that you can, just shows your ad to the maximum. So we'll do lead generation. For now, we're not going to worry about A/B testing or CBO. Here shortly in September of 2019, CBO will be the only option going forward. Campaign budget optimization. As of right now, we're in May right now. It's just an option if you want to do it or not. We're going to leave that off. We're going to hit continue. And that's really it for the campaign level. So it's very simple. You just kind of pick your objective, and then we're going to drop down to the ad set, and then we're going to get into the copy at the end. So the ad set, this will be the bulk of your time spent on the ad. The name, we'll get to that at the end. I just like to name it whatever audience we target. You want to make sure that you're selecting the Facebook page for your business. It's going to have you accept the terms and conditions. Dynamic creative, I'm going to leave that off for now. Catalog is optional. It allows you to select a catalog of products if you have products linked to your Facebook already. And then audience down here is where we get to like the bulk, the important part of it. So you can use a saved audience, but for right now, we're just going to worry about creating a new audience. And we'll start with location. This is the important part since we're running localized Facebook ads. We'll get rid of United States. I live in Oklahoma City, so that's what I'm going to use for an example. You're going to type in Oklahoma City, and you'll see options come up here. Oklahoma City as a market, Oklahoma City itself. But you can also just go in and get rid of this. You can actually just type in a specific zip code if you want to do that. You can target by zip code. You can even do specific street. So 123 2nd Street, something I'm making up. But you can actually target your specific address for your brick and mortar store. And then whenever you select that, it'll give you an option to do the radius around it. So you can just target specifically people that are within 1 mile, 5 miles, 10 miles of store, of a certain zip code, a certain city, etc. But for right now, we're just going to do Oklahoma City with, I think the default is a 25-mile radius. Yeah, but you can always change that. So going down below this, you can target the specific age that you want. So just think about who you're wanting to put this ad in front of, who you think it's going to work best with, and then also like who is your prospective clients or audience. And really, you can have multiple different ad sets, different target audiences for one campaign, and you can even have multiple creatives, different ads targeting the different ad sets. So you may create an ad specifically for guys aged, men aged 18 to 24, and then you might create a whole separate ad creative for women aged 25 to 35. And you can set those specific ads to target those specific people. One thing that you'll notice on the right side here is your potential reach. This is just the number of people that it can potentially reach that are within this area. As you change your location and mess with age and gender and demographics, this potential reach this number will change. It'll get smaller as you specify in more detail your audience. And then it gives you an estimate of how many people it thinks it's going to reach and the number of leads it estimates you're going to get based on your budget. So here you can select men or women, and then you can put a language. If you're doing local ads, it's not going to really matter that much, but I always go ahead and do English anyways, since that's the language that I run my ad in, and it really doesn't drop it too much. It's from 1 million to 970,000 people. And then down here, demographics. You can actually search, you can browse through, you can target people based on demographics, interest, or behaviors. You can kind of play with this. You can target parents, you can target parents that have kids or toddlers or teens or all parents. I mean, it's very, very specific. Any kind of demographic, any kind of interest. Say you have a nail salon and you're wanting to run a local ad for your grand opening. You can target women of any age around Oklahoma City, and that drops it, just going from all to women drops it to 520,000 people. And then in here you can do detailed targeting for, I think, gel nails as an interest is one. Then you can select that, and it's going to drop their potential reach to 33,000 people. That's estimating that there's 33,000 people that are women within 25 miles of Oklahoma City that have an interest in gel nails. So you can get very specific with targeting. You're not just sending out a direct mail flyer to a bunch of different neighborhoods and hoping that it hits to the right audience. You can get very targeted with your audience, which I think is pretty awesome. You can add additional interests here. So if we just add beauty, this is going to be women that are interested in either beauty or gel nails. Either one, doesn't have to be both. And you can see it raised back up to 410,000 because there's more women that are interested in beauty. Now, if you want to narrow it down, beauty and gel nails, you can hit narrow audience and then type that in. It's only going to target the people that are interested in both of these things here, which will probably lower your audience size more. One thing to keep in mind, a general note, typically the more narrow your audience is, more expensive your CPMs are, your cost to show those ads to the people. But that's not always the case, and we'll get into that probably in other videos. We'll just leave this as it is now. Expand interest when it may increase leads at a lower cost per lead. I don't ever check this. In my opinion, it's just allowing Facebook to add other interests in there, and it kind of uses your money to put your ad in front of other interests. I just always keep that unchecked. You can play with that if you want. Connections, if you want to target people who like your page, or friends of people who like your page, people who responded to your event. We'll exclude people who already responded. So if you're doing an event response, you can exclude people who already responded to your event. And then you can save that audience if you want to use it again in the future. Placements, automatic just lets Facebook pick, puts it in front of everyone in every different category. Edit placements, you can manually select if you want to just show to people on mobile or desktop or both. And then you can unselect if you don't want it to be shown in certain areas on Facebook. Like if you don't want it shown in the feed or in the Insta articles, same thing with Instagram. This will automatically add Instagram ads in there for you. And you'll notice certain campaign objectives don't allow you to put ad in that spot. So lead gen objective does not allow you to use in-stream videos, ads, or messenger ads, things like that. So you can just play around with that. Then you can even select on mobile device if you want to show it to Android or iOS only, or all of them. Kind of think about who you're targeting and if those would apply to you or not. And then at the bottom, we're going to do our budget daily. So you can just run your ad continuously starting today, and it'll keep going until you stop it. Or you can schedule a start and end date. Then you'll select a daily budget. Minimum on this, I believe, is $3. So, I mean, you can spend a very low budget just to start out. You can go up as high as you want. And then your average cost per lead. If you want to try to target a specific cost per lead and not go above that, you can put a number in here, but that's completely optional. I usually don't put it. Okay, so that's ad set. That's your audience. Then we're going to hit continue. We're going to go to the final part, which is the ad itself, the creative. Sorry if this video is getting kind of long. I'll wrap it up here. I just really wanted to go in depth, show you guys step by step how to run a video or a picture ad to a local area. So again, your Facebook business page is going to be selected here. Instagram account, you can link one or just use selected page. So format, you can either do a carousel of a bunch of different images and videos, or just do a single image or video. Do a slideshow as well. And you can do free stock images, library of images, or add in. And then this is where you create the text on the actual ad, and it'll give you a preview over here. You can use this drop down to view the preview for different placements, mobile newsfeed, desktop. Go in the text. We'll just do example text here. This is going to be the area above the call to action button. And you can just, this will be like your ad copy for the ad. Obviously your picture will be in here as well if you add a picture or video. Display link, if you want to add a link to a certain web page, you could put that in here, but that's optional. And it'll show up here, example link. The headline is going to be this bold area here. So, for an example headline, you'll see it there. The news feed link description is going to be below that, the text below them. Your call to action button, you can select different options here: get offer, get quote, sign up, learn more, subscribe. Just depends on what you're wanting people to do, what works best for your specific ad. Different objectives have different options too. There's one that says shop now, which is not in this. And then you can connect your Facebook pixel. I'll create another video later talking about more in depth about the Facebook pixel. And then that's pretty much it. Since we did the lead gen at the very bottom, this is going to let you create a form. You can see an example here. You put in questions and your customers will click the call to action button, and then they'll be able to put in answers to the questions that you ask right in the app. They don't have to go off of Facebook to your own page. It's integrated very well, super easy. You can create your form there and play with that. And then you're going to confirm it. You're going to submit it for review. Usually takes an hour, a couple hours to let Facebook review it. And then they'll publish it. It'll start running. And then back in your ads manager, you can keep track of the impressions, how many people viewed it. You can kind of watch real time the stats of it. Very cool. So that's pretty much it for this video. Like I said, I'm going to do some more videos in the future, going more in depth on other Facebook ad strategies, small business strategies in general. So if you like this video, go ahead and click that like button. It really helps me out a lot. You don't have to, I mean, it's free. It takes like 2 seconds. You just click the button. And if you guys have any questions or comments, that's the most important part. Just put those below for me. If I didn't describe something or explain something fully, then let me know. I'll do a follow-up video on it if I need to, or I'll just respond to the comments below. If you guys have any suggestions for future videos, put those below. I will continue to create content for you guys. Thank you.